are helping with, so they're making good decisions. But more importantly to kids than the legal consequences and then the school consequences, it's the social consequences. All right? I had a young lady, a sixth grader, on Instagram. Her parents didn't want her on there. They found out. They asked her to take it down and deactivate it. And when she got to junior high, she could use it. She did exactly what her mom and dad said. She deactivated it. She didn't use it anymore. Fast forward 4 months. She comes to school, nice kid, good friends, very popular. Kids are crying. Kids are yelling at her. Her friends are coming up and threatening her, and they're upset, and their feelings are hurt. And they keep saying, why would you say something like that to me on Instagram? I can't believe that. So you sign up to Instagram and you just go on and trash all your friends? They showed her the phone. She looked from her Instagram that was opened and closed 4 months earlier. There's a bunch of negative posts. Her photo's right on there. All her little name is on there, everything. She's like, this isn't me, guys. Kids, did they believe her? Absolutely not. So she ended up getting in an argument, screaming match. They got separated, went to the office. The principal found it quite unusual because this kid had never been in trouble. Gave her a little slap on the wrist warning, separate it, quash it, go home. The next day she came back, it was worse. She almost got in a physical altercation in lunch. They separated her. The counselor talked to her. She was crying in the office to the counselor when they called me. When I showed up, she said, I didn't do it, okay? Everyone in this school hates me and I didn't do anything wrong. Alliances started to form. We believe her, these 6 or 7 friends over here. We don't, these 21 friends over here. They all know each other. It's only 2 grades in that school. 50 kids total in the grade level. Everybody was on one side or the other. It turned out she deactivated the page like she should have. She never got on like she should have. Mom and dad were having a tough time believing her, but they wanted to support their daughter. So I asked point blank, how did you set up your page? Well, I deactivated it. I never used it. How did you set it up? Mom and dad didn't know, right? Right. Who helped you set it up? And she gave me 3 names. And then she said, but there's no way they would do something like this. Yeah, there was. 4 months later, the girl that was her good friend wasn't her good friend anymore. Jealousy over this boy liked her, didn't like me, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It turned into a giant mess for 3 or 4 days at that school, all because of someone was jealous and did this behind her back. The social consequences rippled through that school for the rest of the semester. People didn't trust one another. It got bad. We went and did a positive kind of a seminar, assembly kind of thing to get people back on the same page. But that's the stuff that happens. Friendships were lost and ruined, all because of online stuff. And the kids said, well, you know, you can give me a detention, that's fine, or you can call the police, that's fine, but I can't believe that those girls would do that. I can't believe those boys believed it. Friendships get lost like that, okay? All over this online stuff. So let's move to the next one. What are some solutions for you? I'm not just here to say social media is bad. Go home. Thank you. Victims. If you're ever bullied, cyberbullied, whatever it is, the number one thing you have to do is tell someone to stop it, okay? And I had a little 4th grade girl. She was in the front, and she was definitely the belle of the teacher's eye, and they loved her, and so she wanted to get all the answers when I gave my little speech, and she raised her hand, and she said, I know what you do, Officer Bean. You would ask politely, could you please not do that again? And I went, oh, that is so sweet, and that is quaint. Did the cyberbully ask you politely to cyberbully you? Huh? Right. Don't ask them. Tell them. Be direct. This isn't you getting mad. This isn't you yelling and screaming. This is you speaking in a normal voice like I'm talking now, being direct and telling someone to stop it. All right? When you don't find something funny anymore, tell them that. Because the number one thing, and parents can attest to this, when we go find that kid and we say, hey, did you do this? What's the first thing these kids are going to do? No. No. They lie. The second thing they do, they justify. I was joking. You're just joking, right. My own son just did this. We're in the Smoky Mountains last year. I had the freezer door open, so I was on the other side of the fridge, but the freezer door was open. So when my oldest came in the room, he didn't know I was right behind there. And he walked up to his little brother, and he just went, boop, right in the back of his head. And Jake got mad and just went, oh, leave me alone. And the freezer door closed, and Mike saw me. Hey. And I go, what are you doing? This is my son's first response. What? He's assessing, did Dad see that? What do you mean what? You just smacked him in the head. Why did you do that? I was just playing around. We're just playing around, right? We're just playing around. I looked at Jake's face. He did not look happy. So I said, Mike, that's 2 tries, okay? Take a breath, relax. Those first 2 are free. Why did you just hit him in the back of the head? Oh my God, because I was playing a video game downstairs, he came down and he shut it off. Thank you. It took 3 tries, right? So kids, you have to tell them to stop. You have to mean it, all right? So that way when moms, dads, teachers, police officers, whoever it is, goes up to little Johnny and says, why are you doing that? I was just kidding. No, you weren't, because they told you to stop, okay? I tell kids, if it's on your phone, tell them to stop, block them, unfriend them, save it, okay? Take a screenshot. If you can't use a printer at home, take a screenshot. If your parents don't know how to take a screenshot, kids, tell them later, okay? Save this information and tell them to stop. Be direct. Otherwise, you may have issues where they're going to make up reasons to try and weasel out of what they just did, all right? So let's go with this gentleman right here. What is your name? Jackson. Let me see your shirt real quick. Sky Kendall. Okay. He's got his cool 5K run walk shirt on. Let's just say, what grade are you in, buddy? 6th. Jackson's a 6th grader. We're going to pretend I'm a 6th grader too. My name's Jeff. Your name's Jackson. You're your size. I'm my size. I'm a little tall for 6th grade. I'm the only 6th grader with a bald spot on my head. But kids, that's not that funny. Wait till you get old. All right. So we're buddies. We're friends. Everybody knows we are, right? Is it okay? This question's for the kids. Is it okay to tease each other and make fun of each other if you're friends? No. Raise your hand if you think yes. Raise your hand if you think no. All right, a little more yes than no. I would say yes, okay? They're your friends, okay? My last name, in case you missed the beginning of the presentation, is Bean. Yeah. I still have people walk up and go, you mean like a jelly bean? Dude, I heard that in like kindergarten. Come on. But let's say Jackson and I are friends, and he likes to mess around with me, and I like to mess around with him. I like to tease Jackson because he always likes to wear his blue 5K shirt. Wears it all the time, okay? So every time he walks into school, I go, oh, nice shirt. Hey, did it walk to school today on its own, or did you bother washing it this week? And all my friends laugh, and Jackson smiles. And then Jackson comes right back and goes, hey, you may want to be careful, wear a hat on the way home. It's sunny out. I don't want you to get sunburn on the top of your bald spot, okay? Not that funny, just an example. So Jackson and I, we go back and forth and we laugh and we kid and everything's fine. Then one day I come in and I go to make fun of the 5K shirt, and instead of laughing and making fun of me back, he closes his locker, he shakes his head, and he just walks away. If I'm really his friend, what is the next thing I'm probably going to do? I'm going to walk up and go, what's the matter? Quit making fun of my shirt. You know I washed it. It's just my favorite shirt. You have a favorite shirt. I don't make fun of you for it. Stop, okay? Wow. Very good. I will stop now. I know it bothers him, okay? If I don't stop, that's when I start to cross the line, okay? But he has to do the right thing, not just walk away and mumble about me to the other friends. Look me in the face and go, stop it. It's not funny, okay? The next thing, witnesses have to get involved. You play a huge role in this because let's get back to mine and Jackson's little drama here. Sometimes I see kids do this. When Jackson wanders off and he's upset, instead of doing the right thing and going and ask my friend, are you okay? What's wrong? Kids do this. I know it's hard to believe, but you really do. Kids do this. Baby. He's such a baby. I make fun of him all. Come on. You guys know I'm joking, right? Yeah. That's what you do. You try to justify the negative behavior instead of owning it. That's when the witnesses need to get involved and go, it wasn't funny, okay? That wasn't funny. You've been bugging him a lot about it, man, I can tell. You should go say something. All right. Get involved. Even if you see a kid you don't know, online, face-to-face, getting messed with, get involved, okay? Now, I don't want you to get in a fight in the hallway and defend kids' honor and walk up and push the cyberbully and knock them down and tie them to a pole and call the police or the principal. You're not Batman, okay? You don't need to do any of that. There are simple ways you can do things and stay safe, okay? An example that my own son gave me, and it works great. He was in 4th grade. He was walking out of school. 2nd grader, 3 kids surrounding him, had his backpack playing keep away. Kid was crying. Jake didn't know any of those kids. He just knew they were 2nd graders. Saw it happening. He's walking to the bus. He looks, he watches. He finally sees the kid really getting upset. He stops. He walks back over, and when they throw the backpack again, he grabs it, looks at the kid and goes, come on, let's go. And he walks away. Now, this second grader doesn't know if he's grateful or not yet because some fourth grader has now gotten involved and literally stole the backpack. That's probably what the kid's thinking. So he goes, hey, hey, and of course he follows my son. As they start walking down the sidewalk, they're going to the buses. Who drives a bus, an adult or a kid? An adult. Who usually stands by the buses? No, they get on the buses, but at the end and the beginning of the school day, do you see teachers out there, principals out there maybe? Yes. So my son starts to walk to where the adults are. He took the kid's backpack. The kid follows. Do you think the 3 kids that are picking on him are going to follow? No, they don't want to get in trouble. We'll get him tomorrow. That's fine. So he walks up. He finally catches up to my son, and he goes, what are you doing? And he goes, what bus are you on? And the kid goes, are you on my bus? And he goes, what bus are you on? And the kid goes, I'm on bus 3. So my son goes, okay. He walks him to bus 3, hands him the backpack. Kid wipes away his tears, gets on the bus. The bus driver sees it and says, what's the matter with him? And Jake goes, I don't know. Those kids in his class were messing with him. Jake gets on the bus and goes home. That's the end of it. He didn't tell us anything. It was a normal thing. He got back to school the next day. He was called down to the office at 10 a.m. First time ever, 4th grader, called down to the office. Dum, da, dum, dum. He's the walk of shame. He's trying to figure out what he did. He's scared. He's nervous. He gets into the office. It's the principal. It's the little boy he helped. It's the bus driver. And it's the little kid's 2nd grade teacher. They gave him a thank you. The kid shook his hand. They gave him an award for doing what he did. All he did was got the victim away from the bully. He didn't get in a fight. He didn't do anything crazy. He didn't put himself in harm's way. He got the victim away from the bully. You guys can do this too. You see it happening, walk by. Hey, we're going to miss the bus. Hey, they paged you. The teacher's looking for you. You left your backpack in class. Make up a reason to get the victim away from the bully. If you feel safe confronting a bully and telling him to stop it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not telling you to do anything that's going to lead to a fight or drama, okay? Document the evidence. We already talked about that. If it's on your phone, save it, keep it, things like that. And report cyberbullying to an adult you trust. Report regular bullying to an adult you trust. And this is the part where we have some problems. Because in my survey I asked, who would you tell? Would you tell someone? And a lot of the kids said, no, I would not tell mom and dad. Kids, what is the #1 reason you think you wouldn't tell mom and dad about cyberbullying or something like that? Yes, the young lady right there. It may make it worse. Anybody here have a parent that maybe would overreact? It happens, right? My kids know they're not going to go to mom for bullying or cyberbullying or drama, okay? Because my wife is the one that will run down after the school bus. Be like, is the kid in the window? That kid? That's my wife, okay? They will come to me, though, because they know I'll react the right way. So kids, the #1 thing you do is go to mom and dad first. They may make a mistake. They may overreact. They may try too hard, but you got to give them first crack at the apple because who cares about you more in this world than them? Nobody. Nobody. Go to them first. Try it with them first. If they don't have the answers, they'll probably be able to find them, okay? If mom and dad aren't around or it's happening at school, well, let's just do this one. The teachers love when I do this in big assemblies. Ladies and gentlemen who are under 18, raise your hand if there's a teacher in your school you do not like. When I get paid to go to giant assemblies and the teachers are all standing over there and I say that line, they're all like, what did he say? What? Why did he say that? Yes, now kids, raise your hand if there's a teacher in your school you really like. They treat you right. Yes, absolutely. Very good. This is exactly how it happens. When I say, is there a teacher you don't like, they all nod their head and raise their hand fast. When I say, is there a teacher you do like, they raise their hand faster and they actually start saying names. Oh, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. Guys, that's the teacher you go to, okay? If you're in high school and you're a junior in high school and your favorite teacher is your freshman year gym teacher, go talk to your freshman year gym teacher about the problem you're having in math. They'll help you. Go talk to them about the online drama. They'll help you. Find the person in that school that you trust and respect. They may not have the answer, but they know how to find it. That's why you need to involve adults. We trust you guys to make good decisions and try to make good choices, but we know sometimes you're going to have trouble with it, okay? Going to a friend is not going to resolve the issue, and most often it makes it worse. The friend doesn't mean it, but that's how it happens. So always go to an adult you trust. Next slide, please. Face-to-face bullying. We already kind of covered that one with my example with Jackson, okay? The most important thing I want to touch on here is take responsibility for it. I showed you the clues. Jackson got mad, walked away, okay? Take responsibility. This is huge, guys. Kids, you love to take responsibility in sports when you hit a home run or score the winning basket or kick the goal in soccer. Kids, you love to take responsibility when you come home with that A on the test and show mom and dad. Get great report cards, show mom and dad. Kids, you do not like taking responsibility when you mess up. Nope. You got to own the bad just like you own the good, okay? And I love the phrase I get from people sometimes that I deal with in my line of work as a police officer. When you go to grab them and you have to arrest them for something, they go, "Get your hands off me." I'm a grown man. Why? Because you're 19? That makes you a grown man? You're 6'2"? That's great. You sleep on your mom's couch, you don't have a job, you get in trouble with law enforcement all the time, and you don't take care of anything in your life. You're not a grown man, okay? Age doesn't make you grown. Height doesn't make you grown. What makes you grown is taking responsibility for the mistakes you make, is being mature and growing up and learning from your mistakes. Guys, I make mistakes all the time, but I learn